Hello, everybody, and welcome. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mariah Sanctuary. I'm Mariah. Today's live stream is hopefully going to be a fun one, and hopefully there's not any technical difficulties like last week. I hope hopefully today is a good day for everyone out there. Um, Crazy that we're almost to 1,000 subscribers, which I still never thought was ever going to happen in my whole when I started this YouTube channel almost actually over 5 years ago. I never thought that I would even get close to the amount I'm at right now. So we'll see what happens today. And sorry for any background noise you hear because I do live with my family, so apologize in advance if you hear any people talking loud and stuff. Um, but regardless of what happens in the background, I'm gonna be Mariah regardless, and I think that's always important, just to be yourself. Yeah. Oh, hello. I'm doing okay. Hopefully today's live stream and the technical stuff actually goes good today. We'll see. I don't know. How's your day going? I am also thinking maybe for these Monday live streams, maybe doing them sub only eventually because as the channel continues to grow, we're gonna probably have more people that want to troll, and I don't I'm gonna say want to troll, and I don't want people coming in here and trolling because it's supposed to be a safe space for me and other people too. Uh, yeah, it was. I think the reason probably is I think there was an update happening when I was streaming. Like so, I know it happened for multiple people with I think that they were probably updating the system or whatever when I was live streaming and other people were live streaming. So, I mean, doing any kind of content, I think, because there was last week, I saw that there was a thing where people were getting 0 views, even though when they put their videos out, they had like multiple views. So it eventually went to 0. So I do think there was something on the YouTube side. I'm not sure exactly what was happening though. But hopefully that doesn't happen this time. What do you guys want to do tonight? Yeah. Wait, some of your comments didn't go through. Like, you mean on the live streams, or do you mean on the YouTube shorts that I do? And I try my best to respond to everyone's comments out there. The only ones I don't respond to are the ones that are rude, and I don't think it's fair to give people that are rude attention. So I either ignore them or and delete them. Okay, so you mean the live stream before last one? Are you talking about the one on Monday or the one on Saturday? Because I, of course, well, for people that don't know, I do live streams on Saturday and Monday. So the Monday one is actually I started doing starting in September. I started doing 2 live streams a week, but I have always done a live stream for the beginning of the year. I am so sorry for that noise outside because I can hear it, which I don't know how well you guys can hear that sound. Oh, you said the one from Monday 2 weeks ago. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if because I feel like YouTube is very weird sometimes. Like sometimes my comment section will be off, even though I turned it on, and it will do this thing where it will go off. Like I put it off, but then I have to keep going in and out and switching it. And I know there was an issue also with me putting a comment under my video. I don't know what was going on, so I had to um, I had to had to put like a note about like I can't put this in the comment section because the YouTube wouldn't let me. Like I literally tried several times and it wouldn't let me put it through. So I had to put a comment in the YouTube under the YouTube video saying where the information for that actual short was because it was one of my shorts. It wouldn't let me put like the fact to the myth under the comment section for some reason. I don't know why. And I wish YouTube they have so much money. Why are they having so many issues is what I'm trying to figure out. Like they've got a lot of money, which I don't know what they particularly do with the money, but I just know they have a lot of money. They shouldn't have some of these technical issues when they're supposed to be a tech-based company, at least that I'm aware of. Yeah. Um, so what do you guys want to do today? It's just a thought. Yeah, they've been doing a lot of they've been doing a lot of updates that have been messing with people's streams and when they upload content. Like for me, when I upload content and when I do streaming, it will mess it up because I don't know I don't know they're doing that. They're updating. So when I'm doing, it affects what. Like for example, if I'm streaming at the time when they're doing an update, it can mess up things because they probably did something to make the chat or whatever. Like for example, comment section chat be inactive so that it doesn't mess up what they're updating. So yeah, like before I streamed today, I was listening to Lion King and right now I'm streaming from my laptop. I I decided to do that instead of streaming my phone. I like doing different things sometimes. Like I've done a few streams on my laptop, this new laptop because my other one was like, ugh, I didn't like stream from that. But I normally stream on my phone, and streaming my phone is a lot harder because it just is, especially when ending the stream is a lot harder because you obviously see my finger gets in the way of the stream. I hate doing that. But because for Saturday streams, I have my laptop with my notes. I have to stream from my phone, so I don't got a choice there because I don't believe that my computer can split screen between a live stream and having my laptop notes up. I'm not sure if that's even possible. So yeah. What made you ask that question? Because you can tell, like you see more stuff behind me. Is that why you thought maybe I was streaming from my yeah, it oh, that's why. Yeah, because yeah, I'm streaming from my laptop. Hopefully it's I don't know which one's better, phone or laptop, like the um I don't know how it looks based on like phone and like how much you can see compared to what you can see on the phone. Like I know laptop I can see more personally for myself. And when I stream on my well the well I'm glad that I don't know. I just wish sometimes that I don't know. I just my brain could hold more information, so then maybe I wouldn't have to use my laptop for notes. But because I have so much information and my brain can hold a limited amount of information, it's better to like have my notes. So if I forget something, I have it there. Like next week's on Saturday, actually no, this Saturday's live stream, which is going to be on total color blindness, which is the last live stream for that color blindness live stream series is going to be have a lot of information. So definitely happy that I have my laptop because I have a lot of information I have to say, and I definitely wouldn't be able to hold all that in there. Back to whatever you guys want to talk about. I don't know exactly. I feel like, I look good in black. I mean, I wear black off and on, but yeah, like sometimes I wonder, do the alert do does people that are subscribed to my channel, I always wonder, do they get are they able to get the notifications? Because some people tell me the notifications don't come out for them, and then I'm like, I don't know what to do because I didn't do anything. Well, hello. But like I don't know because YouTube is irritating sometimes. Like I know put people will subscribe and put the notification on, but then they'd be telling me later, like Mariah, I didn't get the notification. I'm like, I don't know what to do because I can't do anything on my end because that's a YouTube thing, unfortunately. And I mean, of course, like people that are on my Twitter and other different places, they can find it that way. But people that just have YouTube, I don't really know how to help them in that situation. Like they're only on YouTube, and like there are people that are on my I have on my Twitter and Facebook, and they have also this account, so they get notified when I. So once I've done it, they can go back and watch. But other than that, I don't really know. Yeah, like I have a schedule. Yeah, I have a schedule. like some people saw it last week. I literally am already up to. I have to start recording stuff for next year, which is gonna be take a while because I've already finished all the stuff for this year, at least particularly my planned video stuff. Actually, almost. I'm in December for my live stream stuff. Like I literally just finished reading. Well, not exactly this moment, but earlier today I was reading about Stevie Wonder because he's gonna be one of the people that I do a live stream on in December. So that's where I'm at. You said there's the thing is they set all your notifications. Wait, they have to set all notifications to get your updates. Oh wow, I see. I didn't know that. I just knew that. I did not know that. That's how it goes. Thanks, Nick, for saying that because I had no idea. I like, you know what? I'm excited about getting to 1,000, but I'm terrified at the same time because we're almost there. But I'm scared because I don't know what you guys are gonna choose for the poll, and I'm like terrified you're gonna choose the one. I Oh wow, you learned that recently. I thought I mean because for a lot of the YouTube channels I subscribe to, and thanks for that, but I'm not a veteran. I know people that are veterans, so I said it to them. Uh, um, what is I gonna say? Yes, oh yeah. I was saying I subscribe to different like I watch a lot of true crime. I have a problem with watching true crime because I'd be getting mad when things don't end up the way I need them to end. Or the sentence is like not it like literally doesn't fit the crime. I'm like, what is this? And I get really angry. And I watch a lot of I watch drama, I watch like murder mystery stuff. I watch Hulu and I'm watching almost done with watching Rosewood. And I'm on the last episode of that. Also I started watching I have actually seen Nick, I know you told me about like what's it called? Veronica Mars. I've watched a little bit before when I was a kid, which I was a preteen when it came out originally. I had watched pieces of it, but now I'm actually watching the series. So thanks for the recommendation, by the way. I forgot to say that. That is actually really good because it's like a that show is kind of like it's like a mystery, and I like mystery stuff. And she kind of gets to solve things, so it makes me happy. And I'm also uh it's so weird because when I think about 2004, I forget that, like, my gosh, like in the show, they're like teenagers, even though she's not actually literally a teen. She's actually 12 years older than me, I think. She's born in 80, Kristen Bell. So she's playing a teenager even though she's an adult. But the point I'm making is when I think about the early 2000s, I forget that I was like only like a preteen or early teenager. So I'm like, well, I forgot they had shows like this back then. I'm like, that actually seems like it actually, when I watch it, it makes me think of Smallville. Because it came out around that time. Smallville came out around the same time as Veronica Mars, I believe. So, well, at least in the 2000 area, because I know Smallville came out around 2000-ish, like early 2000s too. So, yeah. Um, it's, I don't know. It's weird when you think about because when you go back, like I was watching was looking up the Lion King song, just can't wait to be a king. And I was like, they did this mashup between the original and the one the remake, and I said I can't listen to that, so I have to I said I have to find the original because I'm not listening to the mashup, the remake, because I don't like that they remade the movie. I don't like when they remake movies and then like they mess up the during they try to like because some kids, let's be honest, kids are born after like the original came out and they never saw the original, and the first thing they see is the remake. They're gonna actually probably like the remake even though they didn't see the original. So that's not gonna I don't know what to say to that. Like it's like for example, if I was born, which I'm glad I'm not, in the late I can't even say it. Like if I was born when my cousin's kid was born, I would be like, I don't think I'd be upset actually because I'm like I missed all the good stuff. Like even being born in the 90s, I feel like I missed certain decades, like certain generation I missed because I'm like I was born in a generation like there was some good music, but I feel like my parents' generation and before them had great music. I'm like, what the heck? I missed out on all that. But then I realized if I was born in a different generation, then I probably wouldn't be who I am now. I wouldn't have the parents I have. I wouldn't have my siblings. Wouldn't have known probably most of you guys and stuff. Huh? Blacklist? What's Blacklist about? Is it similar to Quantico? Because Quantico is that show. Oh my gosh, I watched that like several times. That was a great show. Anyone that likes like FBI, CIA stuff, you should watch the show Quantico. Priyanka Chopra This is before she was married. This was before she married Nick Jonas. I'm just gonna say that. That's why I call her. That's why I called her Priyanka Chopra because that's what her name is in the when she was in that show. Because that series started happened before she was married to Nick Jonas. That's a really good series. You guys should watch The Resident if anyone likes medical stuff. Even though I'm not gonna say it's perfectly medically based. I don't know. I got my best friend. She's a nurse. I have no idea. Another. It's a. Oh, is it similar to What's that show? Uh. I'm trying to think of what that show is. I think I've heard of Blacklist. No, I'm thinking of Criminal Minds. Sorry, I'm mixing it up with Criminal Minds. My bad. I don't think. Wait, is Criminal Minds and Blacklist are they similar? Wait, but why should? Well, wait, you saying I should skip the last two seasons, or wait? Why should I skip the last two seasons of Blacklist? Is it because it doesn't make sense? Oh, that is. I love shows like that. I like shows where they like piece off of one another. Oh yeah, also I'm watching the show Scandal. I saw pieces of it. It's really good, but it kind of irritates me a little bit because I feel like some of this stuff actually probably happens in real life, which actually terrifies me. Because in the show Scandal, if you want to watch it, you don't want to, you want to cover your ears. What I'm gonna say, but in this show, like they have like characters. The lead character is a fixer. She fixes things like that are based on political characters and stuff. But in the series, throughout the time, oh, you're saying the last two seasons were good? I mean, okay. Thanks for reminding me. I'll look that up. Blacklist. For the show Scandal, in the show they show a part where they said they rigged their election, and the reason I say this is because I wonder how often that happens. I do. Because like they showed where the guy voted for the same person 5 times and 3 of the votes went to another candidate and the actual person he voted for got 2 of the votes. So I wonder how often that happens. And I was like, I wonder how often that happened, like throughout all of time. How do we know what happens? I think it's really intriguing because each of the characters have an interesting backstory on the show Scandal. Like the main character Olivia Pope has an interesting story. So does like the characters like Huck and Quinn, who actually is not her original name is not Quinn. Her name is um Lindsay Dwyer or something. They like this whole her whole story is crazy. So is Huck's. Like all of the characters. Abby has a great story. Um, like the whole thing is like insane. And I'm only on the second season. I'm like, what the heck? It's either gonna get more intriguing or more kind of scary because it's kind of the it's like each episode has the person they're gonna fix. Like for example, like one of the characters was like they had to fix one of so for example, like there was a character you never watched Scandal. It's an interesting show. It's not honestly when I first watched it, I was like, I'm not watching this. This is boring. Like literally whenever because it was boring. The first part of the episode, like the first episode of the season, like the what's it called the pilot was boring. Like when I first saw it, like the first few minutes, I was like, I'm not watching this. This is boring. Because like they first started like it's an interview with one of the fixers, and I'm like, what is this? Like, who wants to watch that? And then I gave it a little bit of a chance because I was like, let me go back. Maybe it's not as bad, but once you get past the first, like maybe like the first 20 minutes, it's okay. But I feel like you have to get past the first little initial like pieces. Sometimes pilots don't start off that good, but then actually as you go on in the series or the show, it gets better. So yeah. What else am I watching? Oh yeah, Murder in a Small Town. That's a really good show. I'm one of the main characters on the show is actually from the show Smallville. I used to watch. Her name is Kristen Kerr, and I like that show. Yeah, I feel like it depends on the series. Yeah, the pilot and the first couple episodes are normally boring. The only show there's a couple shows I've watched that the pilot and the show was really good. Like for example, Pretty Little Liars. That was like the first show I ever seen where at least I was like a young adult because I was 18 when it first started. I watched the series the whole way through, and like, there's not many series I do that. Like Revenge was like that. The show Revenge, I really loved that show. Like she did a heck of a job on that show. Emily Van Camp. She was also in the show The Resident. I really like that show too. And I really was mad when they canceled it on my birthday. And I was like, why would you do that to me? I do not appreciate like you doing that. Like I think I cried because that show was really good and they ended it on a stupid cliffhanger and I hate when they do that. It happens all my sister used to say to me, she said, Mariah, stop liking shows because every time you like a show, they always cancel it. It literally used to happen all the time, I swear. Like I used to watch the show. It was called Chasing Life, and then I literally loved it, and I was like, of course, it's gonna get canceled. What does it get canceled? There was a lot of shows on ABC Family I really loved, and I was like, Mariah, we got to stop liking shows like Kellex Y. Me and my sister used to watch that show. It got canceled. Like, just it's almost like it knows I like the show, so let me cancel. I know they're not doing that, but it's what it feels like. The show called what the heck was it called? Life Sentence, a good show, canceled. Like, like I understand why they canceled it, but I just like I don't like cliffhangers. Like Army was amazing, and then they canceled that too. That was great, and I was like, why are you doing this to me? Like, and then I tried to tell myself, Mariah, stop trying to like the show because every time you like a show, it either gets canceled like or something else. Like, see, I really like Station 19, got canceled. Like, why? Valor got canceled. Like, how dare you just keep canceling the shows I like? Like, why you keep doing this to me? So, like, I like watching the shows on Hulu because at least I already know they're either canceled or keep going. Like 911. I'm surprised it's not canceled yet because I really like that show. I'm just saying because like other shows, like I'm surprised some of the other shows I'm watching aren't canceled because I wonder. I hope they don't cancel Tell Me Lies. That's a really good show, and I'll be mad if they cancel that because like they ended it on a cliffhanger, so they can't just do that to me again. Like there should be a petition. Like every show you cancel, you need to give a really like a second chance. Like let's be honest. Like what's it called? It got canceled, but it ended up coming back. Veronica Mars again I think it got canceled, but it came back in 2019, and they decided they weren't going to do another season after the fourth season, which is like interesting because I've never heard of a show canceling and coming back. That okay, I think maybe Gilmore Girls might have done that for a little bit, but you don't really hear that often when a show gets canceled and then like years and years and years and years later that the show comes back and like actually renews. I would like that to happen with some of my shows, but let's just not get our hopes up, Mariah. That's all I'm done with hope. Any shows out there that you guys watched that got canceled but you wish they didn't get canceled? You say you start watching a show that's still running and you know the risk. I don't want the risk of being canceled. Can you just I'd rather someone warn me it's gonna be canceled than I can't just not watch it because it makes me sad when I watch something and I'm like, where's the next like literally it's on my brain works. So I'm like, this can't be it. Like for example, like on Revenge, I mean not Revenge, on the show Revenge actually ended the series, so that was fine. Like it literally, even though I knew it was gonna try to go into another one, but the way it ended was fine. Like for thinking like the show, The Resident, the way it ended was so bull because he proposed to her and we never got the answer. Did she accept it or not? What the really? See, that makes me mad. Like, so was it gonna be a yes or a no? Because like, really, that I don't like that. The show The Fringe. What's The Fringe about? I wonder if The Fringe is similar to I don't know. I've been watching what did I watch recently? It was like a murder series. What was it? I'm trying to think. I don't know. I've been watching too many shows. Whoops. Because like my shows feed into one another, which is a problem. I can't help it. Like like for example, I watched this show with The Accused. I really like it. It's called Accused. So you get to see both sides and like technically you get to see it's really kind of cool. You get to see the side of the accused and then you get to see the whole story and how the person became accused of this crime or whatever. And it's really interesting. Like the most recent one, Nick Cannon was like was the actual one of the main characters on that episode. So like each episode has a different person that's being accused of a crime. Like this season is. I hope it's as good as last season, but I wish they would tell me like what happened on the last season because I feel like pieces of certain like episodes on the show like you want to know more. Like for example, they got charged with the crime, but or not charged with the crime, and then I kind of want to know like what happened. Like this one from last season, like I was so irritated because like the way it ended was like made me mad because the guy got accused of killing his trying to kill his stepmom, but the stepmom was insane. I'm sorry, she was. They showed it. She ended up killing off the brother and the father, and he couldn't get out of the jail. So then he actually no, the father ended up dying, and the brother was really sick, and they know that he knows that that she poisoned all of them, and made it seem like he was insane for saying that she poisoned all of them. And I want to know what happened with that story. So did he ended up getting out of jail? Did the brother end up dying? Did the stepmother end up getting accused of murder and stuff? Like, so what the heck happened there? There was certain like that's a Hulu. I think actually no, it's on Fox. But they have it on Hulu. 911 is a good series. I really need not to cancel that. Come on, like I need like something. They already canceled on Prison with Kerry Washington. That was a good series too. Like I don't really know. I feel like they're canceling all the good series, and I understand why they cancel them. But at the same time, I wish they wouldn't do that because it's normally because of ratings and like they can't afford to like fund it if it's not being getting good ratings. What else am I watching? Let me see. I'm trying to figure out all the stuff. So Tell Me Lies, the season finale already happened. Same with Reasonable Doubt. That was a good show. That's like a court she's a lawyer. The main character is a lawyer and she like defends criminals and stuff and but also her personal life is in it and stuff. So I'm like, that's a really good series. I need them not to do this. I don't really have interest really much in. I never really had interest in Supernatural. This show. I don't know, but that's just a personal thing, I guess. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I feel like when back in the 90s and 2000s, they had good stuff, but I don't know if like I wish they would bring Smallville back, but I don't know. Like in one of the shows, one of the episodes of Murder Murder in a Small Town, they actually have one of the characters from Smallville reunite with her co-character like both Erica, what's her name? Durant, is that her name? The one who played Lois on Smallville, and also she played Lana. Kirsten. How do I say her last name? I know who I'm talking about. The girl who played Lana. They both actually got to be on the episode together, which is really weird because their storylines on Smallville never crossed. So it was interesting that they actually got to do two characters from Smallville that were on the same series, even though they never actually crossed paths really much on the actual Smallville series. Um, I don't know. I feel like certain shows should get canceled, but other ones that are actually good shouldn't get canceled. Like Quantico got canceled. Yeah, you said that's why you don't like watching TV shows coming out. Zero patience. They can't. And I see. You get it. You understand. I feel. What is Elementary? Is that what kind of show is that? Like, is it kind of? It sounds like it's based off of not Shakespeare. Sherlock Holmes. That's what it sounds like. I don't know if it is though. Why do I feel like? Why do I feel like I know who you are? Sorry, my brain is thinking things. I feel like I know a Matt. Your name. I know. I feel like I know you. Know of you, Matt McQueen. Sorry, my brain just. Oh, it is based off of Sherlock Holmes. It's just a thought. I just had because it just sounds like because they always say at least in some of the Sherlock Holmes stuff I've seen, they always say "elementary, my dear," or like you always kind of. I don't quite understand what that means though. Um, Even though I understand. Oh, I know why. I realized why I like Veronica Mars because she reminds me of like a Nancy Drew version of stuff, and I like Nancy Drew stuff. It's weird, I know. See, oh wow, so it's right. I don't think I feel like I've seen that. I mean, heard of Elementary, but I've never seen it. Wait, wait, you actually watch Elementary? Wait, is it? Does that mean it's based off like the crimes that Shakespeare covers, or it's Shakespeare's in it? I don't know. I played a lot of I played different Nancy Drew games, and I was like, they were intriguing, but that's because I like murder mystery stuff. I can't really help it. Like I played a lot of different murder mystery games. I'm weird, I know, but people are all like, I bet whoever marries me is gonna be like, should I sleep with one eye open? Doesn't I'm not gonna do anything. I just happen to like that kind of stuff. It's kind of like how some people like horror. They don't ever. Some of them don't intend to commit crime just because they like that. But yeah. Oh yeah, and I was watching. Oh yes, I was watching the movie Ma, and it was kind of it was intense a little bit. I was asking my ex if it's a scary movie because I don't like watching scary movies at nighttime. So I was like proud of myself for watching it during the day because I was like, oh my gosh, if I watch it during night, it like has a whole different atmosphere because like when it's dark and quiet, and then people can sneak up on you and scare you on accident, even though they don't know you're watching like something that's scary. Um, huh. So I'm so weird. Oh, oh, well, I'm glad that, nothing, no, I don't know. I feel like it was a little bit creepy, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be because I've seen different when I said when he's like creepy, I was kind of worried because I've seen horror movies. Like for example, I actually don't know if I said it in here, but I saw the movie Haunting in Connecticut in college. That was a horror movie. Okay, I wasn't scared after it happened. Now my friend was, which is like quite funny because she's the one that loves horror movies over here. Because like after the movie, because we lived in the dorms in college. Our rooms were right next to each other. So after the movie, she wanted us to check her room to see if there was anything in there. Okay, I can understand why she was scared. That movie was kind of terrifying, especially watching it at night. Because like in the movie, like the house was like had bodies and everything in it, and like it burned down and everything. Okay, I completely understand because that crap was creepy. Okay, I realized. Wonder why. I know if I can see it, you probably can see it. I noticed my light on the camera, like my light is doing something with the camera, and like it keeps in and out. Hopefully, it's not distracting anybody. Also, you should watch the movie, Nick, since you like horror movies. Watch the movie if you haven't seen it, The Polaroid. I advise you not to watch it in the dark because it might scare the heck out of you. Because it's when I first saw it, it scared me half to death. And the funny thing is, the day after I saw the movie, one of my coworkers, my former coworkers, had a pullover cover, and I was like, "What the? She can't be serious. She's gonna use that right now." It's terrifying. Like because I was like, "What is this? Is for real?" Uh, there was a movie called The Intruder. You might want to watch that. Was telling my ex that he might want to watch that. I know he likes horror. Definitely not Mariah's cup of tea, but I know not everyone like me. But I like maybe reason the mall wasn't that scary for me because I was thinking how maybe because I watched a lot that particular movie wasn't too scary to me because I watch true crime stuff and that looks like something they would do in there, which is terrifying that saying that, but I could see someone doing some of that stuff in there, which is actually really scary. Because the reason when he said creepy, I just assumed because creepy and scary are not anonymous. They don't always go together. Because one version of creepy could be scary to someone else. I don't really know. What else? Did I watch any other movies? No, I didn't. That was only the one movie I watched. That particularly horror movie. I don't know if I would consider it that. Wait, you said don't do that. I don't know. Wait, you would say wait, you would say what my camera is doing is called haunting. But why is it doing that? It's called that. Okay. I just knew it was making this weird thing. It looks like I'm kind of like my room is haunted, even though it's not really haunted, but it, I guess my camera could be like weird. Hopefully, it doesn't do anything creepy. Oh, oh wow! I love that I can see my even without turning around, I can see my clock there. It's kind of faint, but you can see in the background. It tells you the time. So even if I don't look down, I can see what time it is. Oh, hunting, not haunting. My bad. I read that, but I said it. Oh, it's trying to find focus. Oh, wait, is that? Do you know that because you do things like cameras or something? I always, you know what I always thought is cool? People that do like those, take pictures and do the black and white kind of uh portrait stuff. I always think that was so fascinating. Um, I don't think I think we have a few of those around the house. Oh, you my shirt? Hang it up. That's what it says. If you're looking at my shirt. This is from college. Yeah, I get my stuff from college. It's odd. Yeah, I know. Because college was almost 10 years ago. So means I haven't, which means I haven't like got much bigger. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Yeah. Well, I guess that's a camera. I guess it's a laptop camera thing. I don't know if I like these glasses better than my other glasses. I think I like my other ones better. Not that these look bad. I just like my other ones because I call them like my super. Even though I'm not a guy, of course, I think of my glasses as like superhero-ish glasses. My other glasses. I don't know why. Something about I think it's something about the color of the little frame of the glass. I like that because these ones I don't hate them, but I don't love them. I like that they're big, but I don't like that they're I don't think I really like this whatever this kind of colorish thing. It's like a brown and like I don't even know what would I call the other color. When did I get new glasses? I've had these actually. I had these the same amount of time that I had the other ones. I got them back in was it 2022? From Warby Parker. But I actually like Warby Parker's glasses. They're really nice glasses. I just had someone be rude one time talking about how these glasses are like that oversized glasses are nice. So I think I might have taken it to heart. But I like glasses on me. I've always worn glasses since I was a kid, so I'm not really worried about that. I just have a thing about people messing with talking about my appearance kind of thing. So um I don't really well, that's because I have trauma there, but yeah, so I try not to take things personally with that, but sometimes it's hard. So yeah. I think like for you guys, like I know does anyone else like horror movies out there? Because don't tell me. If you do, that's good, but I don't really I'm only asking because some people like it, some it's I don't know, I feel like it's a yes and no kind of thing. You either really don't like them or you like them. You've worn glasses since you were 11. Well, no, I feel like people back when at least back in at least where I'm from in the US, I don't know how it is over there in South Africa, Nick, but I know back when I was a kid, people would always pick on people that had glasses, which doesn't make any bloody sense because nowadays, now you see there's a lot more people that wear glasses than don't wear glasses now. They would call you four eyes. I don't think I've ever been called that, the four eyes thing, but that I don't see the big deal about I don't see nothing wrong with wearing glasses if you need them. Um, yeah, and one thing I can never, I'm never gonna watch ever, because I don't like clowns. Is that movie? I literally can't do it. I can't. Like if someone tries, literally, if someone pranks me by being a clown, even like if I dated someone, they said they're gonna be a clown. I'm sorry, I can't. You can be a clown over there. I can't do that. I don't like. I really freaking don't like clowns. Like I literally like actually they really freaked me out. Like when that clown like apocalypse thing happened, I like was freaking panicking because I was like, oh my gosh, am I gonna go outside and there be a clown? Because I remember when the people would post up online and saying there was like clowns like in someone's backyard and things. I'm like, what? This is actually a thing. I remember someone almost running over a clown because that thing was happening with the apocalypse when all the clowns were everywhere. And I'm like, this is not happening right now. I don't I'm glad you don't think clowns are scary, but I really do. I don't know what kind of phobia that would be considered. It is a phobia though. Like I don't like if I like I feel like I wouldn't be afraid of clowns if I knew what the person looked like before they put the face paint on, but because I actually that's one thing that scares me because I don't understand, like, for example, if someone wears a mask and I've never seen you before, I don't care. Like, I will, like, really like, I start freaking out. It's a real thing. I didn't realize that can happen when you're autistic, but I really don't. Like, I can't deal with it. I don't like people wearing masks without me knowing who you are. Like, I don't like paint on face if I can't see what you look out for. Like, I literally freak the heck out. It's a thing. I don't know what. I'm not quite sure what causes it, but that's how my brain works. Well, I'm glad. Well, maybe that's a great thing. I'm glad that I didn't. I don't mean to say that like that, but I'm glad that I've never been around people that like clowns like that, because that would actually really terrify me. I'd probably get up if I knew your grandmother and I came in her house. I saw clouds everywhere. I'd probably run out of the house, not to offend anybody. Well, that's a good one. Bugs Life is good. You mean like the movie? Or and wait, are you talking about the movie Bugs Life, as in the '90s movie, or a different Bugs Life? Because I don't know what that is. I hope that's what I hope we're talking about the same one, but it might be something else. I don't know, because they had a Bugs Life back in the '90s. That's oh wait, are you saying like as in wait? Oh, you are talking about the Bugs Life as in back in the '90s, I think. I mean, I didn't some some things about like I also was watching listening to uh the song what's it called? Make a Man Out of You by from the Mulan movie. I really love how in that movie, even though they don't know she's a man at that point, the song, that she, even though, like I said, they didn't know she was a man, she bested the guys, even though they didn't know that she was a man. At the end, like where the part where she climbed up the tree with those little trophy things, or I'm not I would call them medallions. I don't know what other word to call them. Uh, yeah. I hope. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask. For those that are new and didn't vote, do you like the new name change? Because I changed the name from my actual full name to Mariah Sanctuary. Do you guys like that one better? I mean, I like it better because I just like it better. I feel like because I already say it every time I do my shorts and my in my like live stream stuff. I think it suits this channel better, but I don't really know what you guys think. I love that you guys are having fun in the chat. That makes me happy to see. What was I gonna say? My thought. Wait, what? Wait, I'm assuming all three of you are from the '90s, like I am, but maybe not. I don't know. Like out of all the movies you saw in your childhood, um, out of all the movies you saw in your childhood, which one would you say was your favorite? It could be animated or like a regular movie. I feel like for me, I would dang, that's like a for myself. Let's see. Dang, there's a whole lot of movies I could say, but let's see. Best one. Um, I would say out of movies, I will say Flubber is really, really that's a good movie. Man, I miss Robin Williams. Like I'm sorry, I can't watch a lot. I will never watch the remake of Aladdin. I can't do it. Like I'm sorry, I can't. Like I can't see like anyone else playing the genie because because Robin Williams played the genie the perfect way, and no one can just like no one can really could create the humor and like authenticity that he did in that movie and all the other movies he was in. Like they tried to make over like if they had to remake like the Doubtfire and all the other movies he's been in, like I would be sad because like you can't because then you lose the authenticity of that actual movie. So like I don't really know. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you guys liked the name because I wasn't sure. I mean, I did do a poll, but it doesn't mean like because I don't always know if when I do polls, like I know what some people say, but then I'm like, I don't always get like made. I feel like sometimes when the reading of the poll is not as accurate as it could be because I know there are probably people that want to vote that don't. Oh yeah, that's actually interesting. Jumanji. That's the one. Is that the one where they were like playing that game, and then the whole house got destroyed, and the whole like they were playing. That was the same girl he ended up marrying. Was the game girl he played the game with the first time, and they had kids, and the kid turned into a monkey, and all that this stuff. I am so sorry if you hear that. I don't know what that is. Some kind of squealing thing with a car. Oh, it is that one. See, I felt like I told you. See, you get it. You understand. That's actually I like Miss Doubtfire. That I mean, I feel like that took a lot of I wonder if because I know in movies they sometimes actually let the actor improvise, and if the line they said is better than what they wrote, they'll keep it in there. I really think that's really cool because I wonder if any of the parts that he did in any of his movies or were those the original lines to the actual movie? Because sometimes it's like I said, characters can improvise a line and they actually put that line in the movie. And I've like some reason I just thought about something, I was thinking of that movie with Sinbad and Arnold Schwarzenegger when it was a Christmas and they had to get that action figure and they both won the action figure and I forgot what that darn movie is called. I some reason that came in my head. I don't know why. It was a Christmas movie. The dad thought he got the toy for the son. Sorry, he didn't realize what day it was, and he was like, "I need to get this toy," and then the mailman needed that toy or something, and they were fighting on that float thing because one was pretending to be like a supervillain and one was pretending to be a superhero, and it was a whole thing. Like I don't quite understand. That was an interesting movie too. I don't remember what it's called though. I think it might have been in the might have been done in either early 90s, really early 90s, maybe like 90 or even maybe late 80s. That movie. I don't know if I've seen The Pacifier. I don't know if I've seen that. I'm trying to think of the problem. I really liked him in Blubber though, even though he kind of almost blew the house up in there because he was what was he doing again? He was trying to perfect something and he accidentally did something and he almost blew the house up. But he was trying. That was an interesting movie. I was watching that. I watched that on. I'm not sure if it expired yet. I was watching that on Hulu. Did you ever watch the movie Jack? What's that about? I don't think I've ever heard of the movie Jack. I don't know every single movie that he's been in though, unfortunately. I don't know every single movie. Some of the like I would say out of my like what are your guys' actors and actresses? I got mine. I want to see yours first if I say mine. If people don't know who they are. That's an action movie. That's what Pacifier is. Yeah, see, I don't know what Jack is. I don't know if I don't think I know what that is. Sometimes I know a movie, but I don't know the name of a movie. It happens often, which is kind of embarrassing. I don't know. He said something about a movie named Jack. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a oh. Are you talking about the movie I'm that sounds like the movie The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Are you talking about that? Because he aged backwards. Is that what you're talking about? I don't know about the movie Jack. Huh? I'm confused. That's the only one I thought of when you said the progeria. I thought that's what I thought of case of Benjamin Button. That was interesting. That was actually really interesting. When I first saw it, I was like, "Wow, this is different." Because I had never before then. I didn't know about. Oh, it's not. Oh no, I've definitely never seen that movie about the movie named Jack. I never seen that, but that sounds interesting. You go back, huh? So he went forward instead of backwards. That sounds interesting, huh? Now I might have to look into that. Dang, you guys are giving me too many things to look in. Now I'm gonna get like distracted from Miss Jackson. um, it's a oh no, I wait, it's gonna make me cry because I cry a lot and I don't want to cry more. I cry a lot from when I watch things and they touch my heart and that's a thing. Probably why when it deals with true crime is why I get angry when it comes to that because it's an a good like a good cry. Hopefully you mean happy tears. I like happy tears. I don't like sad tears. Sad tears. I get headaches when I cry also. It's a thing. I don't know if it's genetic or not. Was I talking? Was I talking about the unusual diseases the other day? Was I? I don't think I was. I was talking. I might actually. I know I did a question about like what's the rarest disease that you know of. I did say that. That's progeria is one I know. I also saw a documentary about different kids that had it. Disability. Oh yeah. Unusual. I don't think I was talking about unusual. I don't think I was talking about unusual disabilities. Can you remind me exactly what I was talking about? I do know that I was talking about different people that people were telling me what they thought the rarest. Well, sorry, for telling me what the rarest disability they heard of. I've definitely heard of progeria, and I watched a documentary years ago about it. That was before. I think that was after. I think I watched Benjamin, the Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I didn't back then. I didn't know that's what they had. What that movie was based off was progeria. I didn't know that. I know now, of course. There's a lot of things I know now that I didn't know back when I was watching certain documentaries and shows and movies. I did not know. Like oh yes, favorite actors and actresses. Wait, do you guys want me to go first or you want to go first? Oh, I'm glad that I like happy tears. I hate sad tears. Like I've cried enough sad tears in my whole life. They last me a whole lifetime. I have tears too. Like a lot of people on this channel have made me happy with what they've said to me, like comments and stuff. Like which I didn't honestly when starting this channel over 5 years ago, I didn't see the it can be different actors and actresses. Like it I don't know who you like. Like I know who my favorites are. Like I have different ones for each. It could be more than one. Also, you could have a favorite. You can have more than one favorite actress or actor. Like it's a thing. Or you could have one. Like oh, I like her. Fran Drescher. I think that's her name. My bad. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. I do have pronunciation problems, issues. I've always had them. But I try my best. She's so good in The Nanny. I liked her in The Nanny. I also saw her in that what the heck was that movie? It was a movie where she like went to help out this family, but she didn't know they were like rich, and she ended up being in this she was like a I'm not sure if she was a tutor or something, and she ended up the guy she ended up working for was like a dictator, and she couldn't get out of the situation. And I forgot what that darn movie is called. See, like I said, I watch things. I don't be knowing sometimes what the titles are, especially if I don't watch it more than once. I can't remember what that movie is called. I think my dad was watching it one time, and I was like asking him, "What is this about?" And I totally forgot what the darn movie name is. And I always hate when I'm describing something and I can't tell the movie name. So if somebody wants to watch it, they don't even know what to look for. Yeah. Like my favorite actress, I would say Angela Bassett. My favorite actors, I have two. Johnny Depp and Tom Hanks. They for them. Also, of course, I like Robin Williams, but I wouldn't say he's my favorite actor. Hello. Um, I would because I like how versatile their roles are. So like yeah. Well, good. I'm glad you have. What about your favorite actress? Um, yeah. You're gonna go with Whoopi Goldberg. She's good too. Actually, I liked watching her in that movie Ghost, and she also was in that movie Waiting to Exhale. That was good too. She has other stuff. I just can't think of them off the top. It always happens when I'm thinking of something. will zone in on the ones that I can think of, and then eventually other ones will come into my head that I'm not thinking about at the time. She also, I believe she actually also has she's dyslexic like I am. So yeah. I don't know if I know who that is. Julia Garner. That sounds familiar. I feel like I know the name, but I can't place the face. Yeah, she was in the movie Ghost, with Patrick Swayze. That she was the one because after Patrick Swayze's character passed away, he told her to do something. I forgot exactly. It was like go to a bank and because he was trying to figure out who got him killed. Who got him killed and like he found out it was one of the people that he worked with, so he was going to try they were trying to get him so he could get like arrested and stuff. But then also Demi Moore was in the movie, just to say not that. Oh, you remember? Okay. I don't know if I've ever seen that movie, Ruth in Ozark. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong, pronunciation problems, I'm just trying my best. I don't think I've ever seen that. Is that a movie or a show? I like Patrick Swayze. Like, he was really good in Dirty Dancing. I liked him in The Ghost. And it's a TV show. I don't think I've ever seen that show. Um, no, what am I thinking? Oh yes, Only Murders in the Building. Oh my gosh, dude. When they, oh my gosh, the season finale. My gosh, I can't say because I think Nick is still watching the show, so I can't say what happened. I can't say what happened because Nick is gonna be like, I can't spoil it. I mean, I don't. At least I don't want to spoil it. I don't think that's fair. Wait, what season are you on, Nick? You know, I know. I'm sure you're probably not season 4 yet. Dang it! No. I'm just saying I don't want to. But unless you want me to say what happened, I don't want to spoil it for you. Is what I'm saying because I don't think it's fair. Because I like me and you haven't had time to watch it. Wait, so do you want me to say what happened? Who the person is in the 4th season? I'm not gonna say the other ones, but I don't know. But the darn ending of the 4th one made me mad. Why would they do that? Mildred, did you see what happened in the end of the 4th one? Don't say it. Don't say it. Just you can just say yes or no if you saw what happened in the ending. Like literally like the last few minutes of the show of the episode. Wait, did you expect that to happen? No, because there is no. I don't want to say it if Nick wants. Wait, Nick, but so do you want to watch it? Because I don't want to spoil it for you, unless you don't mind spoilers. Yeah, see, I know. I was kind of mad. I was mad about what happened at the end of the episode. Dude, I didn't expect that. I wonder who did that. Dang. If they had canceled that, they're having a 5th season. Like, you gotta catch it before they get to the 5th season, which means it'd probably be, wait, you're okay but okay, so anyone that doesn't want to know what the spoiler is for the end of the season of the 4th season, yeah, there's gonna be a 5th season. They said there was gonna be a 5th season. I'm curious to see how that's gonna go. Like for the end of the last episode, like what's it called? Is his name? My brain is drawing up like Loretta and Oliver got married. Okay, that ain't even the point. We found out who killed Saz, and it was the person who stole her freaking script. Her script, the movie that they made of the movie they're making, Only Murders in the Building, and the show. They found out that it was her protege stole her script because he's a garbage writer. He is a garbage writer. Oh, have a good night, Nick. I mean, not Nick. Have a good night, Matt. Sorry about that. Have an awesome night. And I'm glad you got to join. My bad. Sorry, Nick. I didn't mean to say bye. I meant to say Matt. My bad. But I think like so Staz's protege stole her script without her knowing, and he made it into a movie and like took her words and passed it off as his own. And like so he killed her to prevent her from being able to know that he stole the script. And she, and of course, found out before she got killed and was going to talk to Charles about it, because Charles and Mabel and Oliver are all written in this thing. She was about to get the okay before she got killed. And she was like confused, like, why is my script turned into a movie? Because I didn't sell the rights to it. I asked someone to read it over. They said it was garbage. And when they said it was garbage, she like passed on the idea, and the guy stole it. He read the thing. He was like, how did she get to do all that over after her first try of the darn writing? And he's been doing it for years. So I just had a feeling about that Pope guy. I had a feeling, because it was just kind of odd the way he was like putting himself in the situation, putting himself in, like, and well, anyone that watches true crime knows this. Well, maybe may not know this. Depends on how much you're into true crime. I know this for myself. Anyone that puts themselves in the actual crime so often is typically the person who did it. I've watched so much true crime. Anyone that inserts themselves, like tries to get into, like, for example, like, I watched this one case. I've watched numerous cases. This lady, her daughter's best friend inserted themselves into the crime so often that the police suspected that they had done it, and they of course had done it. They tried to like get involved in the searching, all this stuff, like pretended to cry and everything, and had done the crime. So like I said, Saz's protege had killed her, and he was trying to cover all this stuff. He like tried to kill off like the characters so the movie wouldn't be done. And like that actually kind of creeped me out, because actually what happened in that show happens in real life, unfortunately. It happens, stuff like that happens. Like, God, I told my dad, I said, I hope, because me and him watch true crime so much, I said, I hope to God, I hope we're never in one of those true crime, like, I'm not one of the people on having to be in a true crime series because I got killed, or I have to identify somebody and have to be on the story because of that. I hopefully that never happens. And then also what me and Mildred were talking about. So at the end of the thing, after they have their wedding and solve the crime and find out who it is, um the doorman Lester was like killed, because they had just said, Mabel, Oliver, and Charles just said, it's amazing, we've got to the end of the story, no one got killed. And then they go outside, and they were saying goodbye, I think, to Loretta or whatever. They were going around the fountain. It was like, oh, they looked down, and then Lester's just in there, who's the doorman, and he's just like dead. He looked that freaking, like, what? He just was like, because I was trying to figure out. I was like, there's no way. When I first saw the ending, I was like, there's no way they're gonna end it with no one not being dead, because literally every single time at the end of each season they have a person being dead. Because I knew that's exactly what was gonna happen. I didn't expect it to be Lester. Now I thought it was gonna be that lady who I don't like on the show with the glasses. I don't know her name. The darn cranky lady that I don't like. I had thought she'd killed I think it was in the second season second season. I thought she killed that lady who was like the president of the Arconia thing. I thought that they were gonna kill her off. I did not see them killing Lester off the darn show. Like, I do wonder who did that. Because normally it's funny, because it's always the one you wouldn't expect it to be the killer. Like, I did not, like, the other shows. I didn't expect like, oh yeah, and also Jan came back and then shot the. I'm sorry, that was impressive. I love how they brought Jan back and had her shoot the guy. Which, I'm sorry, she did a heck of a job, because she saved Mabel had gotten kidnapped by by Saz's protege, so she had to shoot him in order to like save Mabel's life, because he had her at gunpoint and stuff. That was amazing. I'm not gonna lie, that was impressive, because the blinds were pulled and everything, and they were like, "How did you do that?" She said, "I'm a sharpshooter," and she said, "I never left," because we didn't know in the studio. Let's be honest, us the watchers did not know. Even Charles didn't know, because I was his ex-girlfriend who was insane and whatever. But we didn't know that she was still in the apartment all that time. And like, so I was like, when the shot came, I was like, huh? I think everyone was in shock, because like, what? Because they had just came in. Charles and Oliver are amazing. Though, how they did that little stunt where they had to go on the other side of the building in order to get into the apartment, because the guy said if you get into the apartment, and that if they go into the apartment, that he's gonna kill Mabel. So they had to do the sneak plan where they went through somebody. They went through someone else's window, went on the ledge. Oh, no way in heck they would have got me doing that. And then they got in the window. I forgot how the window got. I forgot how they opened the window. That was interesting. But I was like, this show is like, I've never seen a show that's based off a podcast that actually is successful like this. I don't think they actually, based on what I know, I don't think they have an actual podcast. If they do, that it must be insane. But it's really cool because it's like, because when they said like it went back all the way back to the first season, I was like, what? Because in the fourth season they say that they say in the fourth season that everything that the killer had done for this season, the fourth season, went all the way back to the first season, and then they show part of Saz's past, and I'm like, oh, so they had to go back to the first season because all the stuff that was in the movie was based off all three of the seasons in the past. So I'm like, oh, that's what they meant, and I kind of liked how Steve Martin's character Charles had those little freak out moment things because he got so mad at points, and it was kind. I know it wasn't supposed to be funny, but it was kind of funny because the way he was reacting was kind of hilarious. But I think it's really cool that Steve Martin and the guy that created the show, he created the show with, were actually. I love that he was also in the show. Like he is. I think he's literally funny because I remember him in that movie, Bring Down the House with the Queen Latifah, and that was funny. That movie was funny. And like I was like, when I first saw this, I was like, how are they gonna put comedy into this? Because it's supposed to be about murders in a building. So I'm like, how are they gonna put comedy into a series like this? I didn't think that they would be able to do it well, and they actually did it better than I thought. Yeah, he's one of the creators of the show. He is also a executive producer, but him and somebody, I forgot who the other person is. But I think it's really cool to see to actually see. I wonder how long they had been working on this before they actually greenlighted this, before they decided they wanted to push this show out. It's a really good show though. And I'm just curious to see how much further they're going to push this show, like how much further they're going to, like how many seasons they're going to say until they're like, or it's like a good wrap up point. Because I don't know, because I feel like if they don't stop after a point, then people are going to like, they're not going to lose interest, I don't think. But I don't know really how many storylines they can pull out of each of them, because like I remember each of, like, they had thought at one point Mabel had was the killer. They thought Charles had done it, and I don't know if they ever thought that I'm not sure if they ever thought that Oliver did one. I know they had thought they had killed Oliver at one point, at least in the fourth season, because they were rehearsing the movie, and then the shots were ringing off, and I think they were trying to kill off the main characters because they didn't want the movie to come to fruition, because if the movie came to fruition, Saz would have saw that and known that her stuff was stolen, and that's of course we know that's why she had to be killed, because they were trying. The shot also wasn't meant for Saz, that I gotta say, for fourth season. It wasn't meant for Saz. They were trying to kill Charles, so he wouldn't see the script, so they wouldn't know that, because Saz and Charles look the same because she used to play his stunt double in like that show Brazos or something. And so they weren't in because Saz was in Charles' apartment getting something from there, and I think he had thought he was going to shoot Charles, but he didn't. He shot Saz. Very interesting. And then he also tried to kill off Oliver, and there was 3 different people, and he didn't realize he shot the wrong one. He shot the stunt double, and then they also shot the person who was playing Oliver, but he didn't actually get the real Oliver, which shows to me he was trying to get them to. But then I don't know if they were. I'm not sure if he was trying to get I'm not sure. I'm guessing the last part was he was trying to get Mabel there, because he already tried to get the other 2, but he failed that. They had the part that I thought was interesting was that episode where they went to Charles's house, his sister's house, and that was an intriguing thing. I was like, huh? And what's her name is actually, I like her too. What's her name? Melissa McCarthy. She was Charles's sister, and her character was kind of weird. But at the same time, I guess I kind of understood. But at the same time, it was just kind of odd. And then they weird fight part where with Loretta and Charles' sister, and like I was confused because like I kind of understood what was happening, but at the same time, it was because he had thought that Loretta broke up with him because he had proposed to her and stuff, and but he didn't realize that they put the stunt double on the phone, and I was like, well, I also really like Marilyn. Sorry, yeah, I think it's Adara. No, Meryl Streep. Yes, Meryl Streep was good. I like her character. And I loved her little hairstyle, the little braids. They suited her. I think her character in the show, I think, really showed. I really liked her, and I liked her and Oliver together because I feel like you got to see a different side of Oliver. I'm not saying he didn't have. I felt like you got to see more of a serious side, and like because you obviously we saw like we had Mabel had her own romantic interest throughout the thing sometimes, and so did Charles, but Oliver didn't have one. So when they put her in there, I was like, I don't know if it's gonna last because they kind of like for Charles and Mabel, there's things fizzled out. So I was like, and when they got married at the end, I thought that little wedding was so cute. But I'm weird. I know. I guess I'm romantic at heart, but I thought that was so cute. And the phone call was like, that was like I love that she went when she didn't hear from him, she went and go find him because some people like obviously they showed that she cared because like some people may have left it at that if they didn't care about it. They would have just left the phone call, oh, it's not a big they wouldn't have chased the person down, they didn't care the same way. But I thought that was interesting. And we're gonna stop talking about that because I don't want to give everything away. And then Nick's like, "Why? Oh, you gave all of it away." I didn't give everything. I just like how they. Also, I do like how they put that the actors who played Mabel and the others like are kind of well-known actors, and like you will know who they. Well, if you watch like different series and stuff, I knew all of who they were because I watched things with each one of the characters who play them, like Mabel, Charles, and Oliver. I know each one of them because I've watched things with each one of those the actual actors and the actors and the actress. So like, oh yeah, I gotta thinking of that. I gotta watch go back to watching after watching Rhodes. I gotta finish. I gotta watch a whole lot of things staying on it. That's because I need to stop picking up new series and then because when I watch a series and I'm get bored, I gotta watch a different one because until I get reinterested in it. Yeah, she's a bill. Yeah, I knew she was a billion. I did know she was a billionaire. I knew that. That's probably because of her what's the name called? Her rare beauty line, and she also has a mental health thing with that. So I think that might have got her to her billionaire status. I know she also done music. She's actually a really talented actress. I like her as first time I ever saw her act was I think the first I didn't realize she was in Barney, but she also is around the same age I am, so I might not have known back then because her and Demi are the same age There's actually technically they're a couple months. They're she is July, so she's 6 months younger than I am, and Demi is August, so about 7. So yeah, she was on Barney. I didn't know. I don't think I watched the seasons when they were in them. I don't know when I stopped watching Barney. I know I watched it for a period of time. I just don't remember watching it when, or maybe I didn't recognize them because I didn't really know much about like Selena and Demi back then. I mean, because you can watch something and not realize that those are the people. But I do know looking back on watching that what was that show? Sorry, it was a documentary actually on Hulu. It's only on Hulu. It's called Child Star. It actually made me sad watching that because it was showing like the ups and downs of being a child actor. It was upsetting. Yeah. If anyone wants to watch it, I ain't gonna tell any more about that. It just kind of made me upset. And of course, I know they had a fallout. Her and I really liked them in the darn movie Princess. What's it called? Princess Protection Program or the Princess Witness Bloody? What is it called? I'm trying to think of that movie because it's called It was one where they were in the movie together. They were really good friends, and then they had their falling out, and they don't talk anymore. But that was a good movie. It was a Disney movie. I really liked them in it. You could see their friendship not just on screen, but you already knew that you could tell by the way they reacted to one another that they were good friends. Even in the video, they did that one in the same song. Thank you. You knew exactly what I was talking about. That's what I thought it was. I think it's called that. Hold on. Let me get my tablet just to make sure that's what it's called. So. Let me check. Let me just make sure that's what it's called. Because I think it is called that, but I don't remember on top of my head. Princess. Hold on. Yeah, it's called Princess Protection Program. Yep. It's with Selena and Demi were in that movie. That was I mean, I knew of course they were both acting. I always thought I think for me personally, this is what I think. Don't get mad at me for saying it. I think Selena is way better at acting than she is a singer. That's just my personal opinion. It's not that I don't like her songs. I like her songs. I do. I just think she naturally is gifted at acting. Um, like for Demi, I would say she's more naturally gifted at singing than acting. I'm not saying she can't act. I'm just saying I think they're opposites is what I think in my personal opinion. You can be mad if anyone wants to be mad at me for saying that. That's fine. But that's what I personally think. I like her in I've liked her in all the different. I liked her in different roles she's played. Selena, different roles I've seen her in. I like the way she plays them. She just when I look at her, how the way she acts, it seems like it's just natural talent there. With Demi, I would say that with her singing, I would say natural talent there. I'm not saying that each of them can't like the other thing that they like, but I just think naturally what I said, I think that like she was in also Demi was in that show. It was like a little 5-minute show. It was called As the Bell Rings. She was also in some other stuff, Sunny with a Chance. But at the same time, I was watching her stuff, and she was saying through some of that stuff she did that she don't even remember certain things. Like she didn't even remember that based on that show, that documentary I was telling you about, it's called Child Star. She doesn't remember being some of her stuff, like because she was high when she was doing it. She was out of her thing. And when I watched the thing about after she after the documentary she did after she had had her overdose, what was it called? Dang, what's the documentary called? It was upsetting, like watching the stuff, and it made me really angry. Some of the stuff I did not know, like so I don't. I'm not gonna even say some of the stuff because it makes me really mad. And like how she kind of was abandoned when some of the stuff came out. What happened? Like I don't understand that. Like it just made me really infuriated. Hold on, I think it's called. I think the documentary was called. Let me see if I can find it. If anyone wants to watch it, I would not. I don't wouldn't recommend anyone that has had any kind of trauma to them watch it because it might trigger the trauma response back, and I don't want anyone to be like oh my gosh, why didn't you tell me, Ra? It was called not that one. What the heck was it called? Oh yes, her documentary series that I saw. It was called Demi Lovato, Dancing with the Devil. It's kind of similar to her song, I think. Hold on, let me just make sure that's the right thing before I say that for sure. It is called. Really, Mariah? Really? That was not supposed to happen. Sorry, I'm looking to see, make sure that's the right name. I know it's the name of her song, but I think it's. Hold on. It is called. No, that's not it. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was that. It was called the Dancing with the Devil thing. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's called Demi Lovato Dancing with the Devil. I do not recommend anyone that had any kind of trauma or maybe substance abuse. If that triggers trauma, if it's triggered by trauma, do not watch this. The things that she said in there was really heavy, and that made me really, really mad when I saw certain things because it made me not want to. I'm so mad that I watched like Camp Rock and Camp Rock 2 because of the people who some of the stuff I found out, it made me mad because then it also made me realize why she acted that way at points. It made that really pissed me off really bad. I saw her when I saw that when I saw when I watched that, it made me see her in a different light. I never really judged her. I was concerned about how she was acting back when, because of course she's around we're the same age at the same time when that was stuff was happening. But it made me so sad when I saw in my brain, I was like, oh my gosh, it makes sense more why she acted that way and why, like, for example, like some of her stuff, the reactions she had to certain things, maybe why some of like the punching the people and maybe the substance abuse and all the other stuff that happened is because of the stuff that happened in her life. That was really gross to me. Like, I do wonder how much stuff Nick and Disney had like, because we all okay, let's say some of the stuff that came out with Nick Nickelodeon, which I had no idea, which makes me upset that because I feel like it kind of ruined some of my childhood not knowing some of the stuff that was going on behind the scenes with at the same time it's kind of concerning that some I understand why some people don't want to talk about it. I do, but it concerns me that this was hidden for so long. Is what concerns me. Some of the stuff was hidden so long that may some of these kids may have not gone into the acting if they had known some of the stuff was going on. Like, that makes me sick. Like, if I have kids, I don't know if I ever want them to go into acting because I don't want them to be like traumatized, because some of the stuff that happens, like, I watched that movie, The Two Coreys, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is happening in the 70s and 80s. To me, it probably has never stopped, and people just didn't know about it. Like, Quiet on Set, if that didn't come out, I wouldn't have known about the thing with Drake, Bell, and I'm like, then I think some of the actions that I've seen, like the stuff that I've seen, I can see why certain things happen. Maybe some of the responses to trauma happen, like in the reactions of what we're seeing. It's a result of the trauma that was never dealt with. That I think it's really sickening to me that like all this stuff was hidden. I do suspect there is a lot more than we know. Like, I think there's a Disney side to this. I don't think it's just I do not think it's just a Nickelodeon. It's something in my brain does not think that. I think Nickelodeon stuff came out. I don't. I think Disney stuff just doesn't come out. I know there is some Disney stuff because of Demi stuff. I know that. I do know. I just don't know how much there is there, and that's really sickening to me. That based on on the movie Camp Rock, what was done, it just made me mad. I regret watching that movie ever since I found out what was done and how it was handled. It just made me really being pissed. And of course, back when it happened, I was a teenager, and there was no way for me to know that. And at the same time, I'm so proud of Demi for speaking out for that, because I'm proud of her. Um, because when I heard about it, I was like, oh my gosh, maybe the way she acts is because she didn't feel it. Because I remember watching the documentary, and I was like, oh my gosh, maybe the reason she was acting in a way is because she didn't get to have an outlet for her trauma. Because, like, you know how, particularly, I can't speak on guys, I don't know about guys, but I know when girls tell somebody when something has happened to them. I can't say about guys, like I just said, because I'm only a girl. They aren't believed, and I believe that's probably. I suspect that is what was when Demi told what happened to her. I do suspect they try to cover that because they're like, oh, if people know about it, like, the whole project's gonna be destroyed. And to me, why is a project more important than someone's safety? I just don't. That's one thing I never understood. Like, for regardless if you're a girl or a guy, that didn't even have to do with girls. But I'm saying is typically because I don't understand why it's always like the one thing I don't like that I've seen before is that when a girl does something, is based, oh, is she wearing something? I've literally seen it on true crime stuff. When it comes to like when it comes to particularly girl, I can't say guys, I don't know guy side, but I know I've seen they say, what is she wearing? Was she like dressed a certain way? Like was she provoking them? Was she flirting? Like to me, they're trying to say, they say if you're flirting or doing something to get the child's attention, you wanted that to happen. Like I don't get that. So if a guy, if it was the reversed way, so if a guy did that to, if that happened with a guy and a girl, say the girl's a reverse girl is doing that to a guy, would you say the same thing to them? Like, would you say, oh, was he wearing something revealing? Was he flirting with her? Like, was like basically, were you doing all this stuff? Like, I don't get it. It's disgusting. Like, I don't think it's, I think it's disgusting that profit is put over. I don't know. I just always think, I've always thought it's disgusting to put profit over someone's safety. That's like, why is that even a thing? Like, for example, like if I would, regardless of if, like, for example, if I was running a project, I found out someone was doing something disgusting or something that someone did not like or whatever, I would adjust it immediately and that thing would be taken care of. That means it has to be, the person has to be removed. Oh, well, that's exactly what will be happening. Because to me, you're basically saying when you do that kind of stuff, you're saying, oh, what this person said is invalid. They can just because basically when you let somebody continue to be in that atmosphere when they've done something wrong, you're basically saying what they did was completely fine. They can do it to anyone they want, and I don't care. Like that's literally what you're saying. And to the person that was been victimized already over here, oh, I can be repeatedly victimized because I keep seeing that person. They keep getting to do whatever they want, and it gets washed off their hands. Their hands are clean. Um, which is absolutely disgusting. And I don't even know what to say to that because it makes me really annoyed and mad. Like, I think the same way a man's, like, for if this was reversed, a man is trusted, the same way a man is trusted, what a woman says in this kind of regard, you need to take her word over it. Like, particularly if you can see the really, you can see, because typically, not saying everyone tells the truth, but I think in certain cases you can more tell if someone is telling the truth or not. And when I just, and typically women, at least if I probably was Demi, I probably would have done the same thing she did. Not talk about it if you didn't feel relieved. Not that, luckily, nothing like this has ever happened to me. I feel bad for anyone that's gone through this personally. I don't even know what to say to that, but I'm only I can say, even though I didn't do it to you, I'm sorry. You deserve to be believed, and you deserve to be taken at your word. But I really wish these people would hold people accountable. I wish people would hold people accountable for what they do. Like if you violate like somebody, like I've never, I should say, I've never personally had been sexually violated. I have been violated over a video chat. Don't really want to talk about that because I have trauma there for that. But I realized I used to think that it was my fault that happened, but I realized I can't make someone choose to do things or not. But um point I'm making is why make the victim feel bad for what the perpetrator or person decided to do and basically reward the perpetrator for the wrong they did. I don't get it. But that's just the Mariah thought, I guess. And I know other people probably agree with it, but like I said, if anyone watches that documentary Dancing with the Devil, Demi Lovato, I think it's on YouTube. But it might, for anyone that particularly, I'm gonna say particularly for anyone that's been sexually um violated or like abused or whatever, I would advise maybe not watch that. And then also if you also have substance abuse problems, maybe not watch it because um I don't know if it would trigger anyone that's dealing with that to cause them to reuse or relapse or what should I basically cause them to like go back into the path that they got out of. I'm just trying to warn you because I don't want anyone, I don't want because I mentioned something to actually trigger to someone to use or I don't want my point is I want the best for you guys. That's the point. Yeah, I just like I remember like I was talking to my therapist about the when this video chat sexual violation thing happened. I was like really literally upset and because of that it caused me not to be able to video chat with just random people because I was really the reason this happened. Okay, I'll just talk about it, even though I'm not gonna cry. Because it's whatever, it happened. And I'm past that point. The reason it happened because I was irritated because I kept telling this person to leave me alone and they weren't getting it. So I decided, because Mariah wanted to talk to the person face to face, this is how I work or whatever. I like really literally I just called them, said what I need to say, and then hung up, whatever. And then they called me back and like, did what they wanted to do. And I was just kind of horrified because I didn't expect that to happen. So I was like, okay, like my brain kind of thought, the first thought I had was it was my fault because I didn't have to pick up. But at the same time, I think most people would assume if you pick up a call, that wouldn't be what would happen. But yeah. And like I would telling, of course, I eventually realized it wasn't my fault. But when it first happened, I was like, oh my gosh, I caused this because of course, I wasn't talking to them about any sexual stuff or anything. They just decided to do that. But the point I'm making is I could just tell you a lie and say, "Oh, Mariah, I'm perfect. I'm perfect. I can't have anything like this happen to me." Like, hopefully I don't trigger anybody by what I'm saying. God, I hope not. But the thing is, the only reason I said I've talked about it because I haven't talked only there's only a few people that actually know about the situation. My ex-boyfriend knew because it happened when I was talking to him. He didn't do it. But I was talking to him regularly. This happened online. It caused me not to be able to video chat because this happened on Facebook. And every time any random person that I don't know video chats me or tries to video chat, I just immediately say no. And then they get mad and whatever. But I'm like, okay, it's for my safety. I realized it's for my safety. Because that put me in a space where I was like, oh my gosh, everything that I do can either harm or hurt me just because I'm just being myself. Like literally all I was doing was talking normal with this person. And sometimes this unfortunately happens enough, is that when I'm talking normal, sometimes people will assume it means I have feelings for them, which is very not it most likely normally is not the case. I'm just talking. And my point I'm making is just because you are a person, whoever, if you like somebody or not, and they tell you no, regardless of what the heck you want, and I've had this happen more than once, not the video chat, but I've had someone else sexually, I guess, violate me, but it was through pictures, because I didn't want them and they wanted me, and they didn't understand the concept of no, so I blocked this person online and the person that did the picture thing, and so I made it. That's the reason I say consent is important all the time to people, because I've had people do things without my consent and I told them to stop and they just literally ignored me. So I literally, once the consent is not telling me, people say me tell me no with no consent, or you're not going to take, I'm not going to have my consent stolen. I just immediately delete or block the person that says to me I can't have my consent, like as in you're telling me I can't have what I deserve to have. Like the same way I allow everyone else to have their consent is the same way I deserve to have mine. And I'm sorry if that's triggers anybody when we talking about what I was talking about. That's probably why maybe I understand. I'm not saying people that never been through a situation like that can't understand, like Demi and the other people that's been sexually, unfortunately violated or like abused and stuff. But I do understand it to the point of like being traumatized. Like I literally, when some people, I literally put on my once that thing with the sexual violation through the video chat happened, I started I put, when anyone tries to call me on Facebook, I put this thing where it immediately blocks the call, so I can't hear nothing, so they can just keep calling, and I missed the call because I don't want it, because I don't never ever go into that again. And recently I had to block someone because they weren't understanding the concept of, I said I'm not like video chatting with you because I don't know you, and he was getting annoyed because I said that. And like I said, I realized my safety is more as important as anyone else's safety. And I think that that's what I think people need to realize. Like, regardless if you're a male or female or non-binary, my point is you deserve safety just like everyone else deserves. And sorry if that was like went off on a tangent. I was thinking about it because of the thing I was saying about Demi, the stuff. So my point is, the reason I said also all based on everything I said, I was saying that because the documentary that documentary goes into some heavy things. So that's why I was saying that. Point is, I want you to protect your own safety. You deserve to be uh, um, emotionally and mentally safe. And I think that's definitely what um my thing with the video chatting or not taking video chat from strangers is for me mentally and emotionally safe for me. I don't care if people don't like it. Especially since I've been through that. It was like back to back kind of thing. One was doing that on the pictures, and like because there was a point where I stopped like opening messages from that person because it was like I knew he couldn't control himself, and then the other person I was like, okay, I just don't. I was blocked both of them because I was like, it's become enough. Like I don't know. I think people need to realize no means no, and there's nothing wrong with saying no when you don't feel comfortable. Like I think that's very important. Um, any other questions before I go? Because I don't want to keep you guys on too long, much longer. Because I know it's like 7:30 ish now. You need a point. I don't know. I know. I wish we had. There was a point where people. I don't know. I just feel like. I don't know. I just feel like people should just be trusted at their word when it comes to this kind of stuff. Like it's hard enough. Like we live in a world that's already doing a lot, and I don't know. Of course, people are like Mariah. I bet some people are like, "Oh, Mariah, well, this just happened in video chat." But to me, I've even had like anyone that may be triggered by what I'm saying. Please don't get upset. I had like a rape dream. I've never had that before, and it like I think it was because of the sexual violation thing, both with the pictures and the person doing the video chat thing. Like, and I'd never had it before that point. Like, and I feel like because when the thing with the sexual violation through video chat, it sometimes it like would it made me mad because they like literally morphed my good memories and my bad memories together and like woven into this disgusting thing I didn't want. And I was like, why is it happening? Like it literally did that. And I was upset when it happened because I told, I think my best friend about that. It wove a good memory with a bad thing and it morphed it into something I didn't want. And that's one thing that scares me for anyone else that goes through that. I'm worried that for anyone else, they probably have like recurring like memories of the thing that happened, and like they can have the good memories tied with the bad memories, and unfortunately it's hard to untie them. Like for me, I remember what the good memory is, and of course I know what the bad memory is, but I had never had it where it was morphed together, as in the good memory, the good person was morphed into a bad person because of some reason my subconscious tied the bad memory into what the good memory, which I hope to God never happens. I literally hope that what I saw in that dream never happens. That actually scares me one day that could happen. I hope it never does. And I think it's important to, like, my point is put yourself before anyone else. Your safety is more important than anyone else's safety. I'm not talking about in regards to Eddie. I'm talking about, like, for example, if you feel unsafe in a situation, you're allowed to remove. My point is, you're allowed to remove yourself in that situation. For example, like, if you're in a situation where you feel extremely uncomfortable, you're allowed to get up and leave if you need to. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying no one's safe. Like, both people's safety is important, but I'm saying if you feel extremely uncomfortable, the person is making you uncomfortable, you're allowed to get up and walk out. Or if you need to call a friend, you can get in the bathroom if that's possible. You can go in the bathroom, lock the door, and call the person and like try to sneak out. Hopefully the door, like you know how some bathrooms have like the window. Hopefully that would be a thing. Like I don't think you should ever stay in a situation where you feel very physically unsafe. Um, that's just my thought. I don't know. I just think, and I didn't intend to even talk about any of that stuff. I was just thinking about that documentary, and it kind of brought all this stuff up. Sorry for anyone if what I said felt kind of I hope it helps somebody out there. That's the only reason I shared what shared, even though I didn't plan to share it at all, because there's only a few people I knew about that situation, which I don't like talking about because I just don't like talking about. It's not a very pleasant situation. That's why I don't really like talking about it. Actually, my family doesn't even know because I didn't tell them because I don't think that's I don't I don't want to tell them because it doesn't really have anything to do with them. It just would cause thinking about it more constantly, and I've done enough thinking about it myself, so I didn't want to put that on them. Like people that needed to know about it knew about it. Like my therapist knew about it. People that were like close to me at that time knew about it, so it was fine. Like they didn't need to really know about it. Um, and I hope that what I said helps somebody out there. That's the only good thing about sharing that piece of my life. Any last questions before I go? Um, my well, I'm glad it helps. I'm glad and I hope it helps somebody. Any last questions? And sorry if that was really heavy. That's all from you. I hope you have a good week. And also a reminder, Saturday is going to be the last live stream series for my colored blindness live stream series. It's going to be on total color blindness. I really wonder what that is like to see only things in black and white. I can't even imagine. And that's at noon. And also soon I'm gonna be putting up the poll for deciding what the topic is for once we get to 1,000 subscribers. Because we're really close. We got like I think about last time I looked, we had like 12 left to get, which is insane. Uh, love all of you guys. Bye.